The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Fall is yet to arrive as the Haugen family is in their home state. It's the luck of the draw and the opportunity of a lifetime, as the whole family will be along for the journey ahead, right here on Game Chasers. Game Chasers with Scott Haugen, brought to you by Trijicon, brilliant aiming solutions. Polaris, see the hardest working, smoothest riding off-road vehicles now at your local dealer. Brought to you in part by Nosler, up front. Cabela's, celebrating 50 years as the world's foremost outfitter. It's August, and the Haugen family is in their home state of Oregon, and this week is special. The whole family is coming along, as Scott's wife, Tiffany, has drawn a very special Roosevelt Elk tag. Teaming up with the Big K Ranch and top guide Jody Smith, Tiffany pursues her first ever bull elk.
Big country here in the Coast Range. We're actually on the eastern face of the Coast Range here in Western Oregon, going after Roosevelt elk. Now these Roosevelt in a very concentrated part of the West, all the way up through Oregon. Oregon has about 65,000 Roosevelt elk, a lot of big country, a lot of area for these elk, and we're really hoping that we can find them down in one of these meadows along the river bottom. Our plan was to be in position at first light, so as soon as we could see the field to see where these elk might be, we'd be able to know what move we'd have to make. It's pretty cool to see them. Kind of tall through this brush, but they're there. It's opening morning, August 1st, and we're down here with Jody Smith. Big K Ranch, private property that these elk are on, and we can see them right through the brush there. They're moving. Glassing from darkness, through brush, through trees, out into the open meadows, we had to just look for the white bodies of these elk, and when we saw the first one, we were relieved to know they were out there. What made it challenging, however, is these elk were spread out over several hundred yards. We just had to find a bull we wanted, and we had to see what the elk herd was going to do, figure out what their moves were going to be, to figure out what we had to do to get Tiffany in shooting position. Oh, this way. Oh yeah, oh they're out there quite a ways. For a brown spot. Yeah.
Oh, I see him.
Yep. Yeah. We're still here hunting with the Big K now with the guy Jody Smith. We'll come down off this logging road right away, first light. We barely have enough filming light here, but we've got some nice Roosevelt elk out here. They kind of spread out again.
Yeah.
Looks like. Yeah. But they're up quite a bit further this way.
Out of the brush a lot. That's
yeah.
a good thing.
So what do you think from here? Might be able to get down.
We'll see how far though. We might be able to go out on that other road.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of height, but if not, I think we can go down. There's that big pile of brush out there in the middle.
Yeah.
We might be able to angle behind that.
Hit that and go. Now Tiffany, she's not much of a trophy hunter. If there was a good eating spike standing next to a 6-point, she'd probably take the spike before the big bull. But we knew this was a special hunt, and we wanted her to come away with a big bull. We also knew that because it was so early in the season, this time of the summer, that no matter what the age of the bull was, he was going to be a good eating animal. This was a tough situation because we knew these elk had been feeding in the meadow, but we didn't know exactly when they were returning to their bedding area, and we didn't know when they were coming out to feed. So in other words, you have a large herd of elk that may be spread out for several hundred yards, and you have them in the open. When you have that many elk eyeballs staring at you, the odds of closing the deal, they get a little bit tougher.
Being busted, they decide to give the elk some time. Heading back to camp, they decide to spend the rest of the day exploring the Big K and its many activities.